Hello, this is Greta Ross with Mind, Body, Soul Shift, and we are continuing the series of Your Health Matters because your health does matter. And we have a special guest here with us today. So, Mr. Greg, how are you?
I am well, doing
Good,
well.
good, good, good. So, tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, it might come as a surprise to my Dallas audience, but my name actually is Greg Martin. I'm from Flint, Michigan. And when I came here to Dallas about 10 years ago, I started using my mother's maiden name, which is Jones. So Dallas knows me as Greg Jones.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I am a photographer, videographer.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I actually met you about a year and a half ago, I would say, and you were just kind of getting into the videographer thing, and I was doing my show. And at the time, I didn't know when you were filming that you were a diabetic. So what I want to, what I would like for you to share is a little bit about your journey in reference to your diabetes.
Well, I discovered I was diabetic probably in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through a series of health issues. I had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I had a bile duct obstruction, which
Wow.
made me jaundice at the time. I had liver enzymes that were all over the place. So I had a bunch of health issues going on. And it was probably like a 3-year journey to finally get everything situated and rectified. Actually, by me coming to Baylor Hospital here in Dallas, they were able to go in and do surgery, and miraculously, I was able to recover from that situation. But going through all that, I discovered that I was diabetic. My A1C was 14, almost 15, 14.9.
Wow,
My A1C was. And
wow,
for those that don't know, your A1C should be under 7.
yes.
And so discovered then I had a lot of work to do. So I began the journey of the medication, metformin, and actually I ended up even taking insulin
Wow.
and, doing that. But, during this whole process, it was actually quite depressing. It was such an emotional toll of taking medication, and then there were side effects to the medication. So that made me feel bad. So, I was torn between getting the numbers that they wanted and feeling good.
Right.
And I was just tired of not feeling good every day.
Yes, yes.
And tired of taking medicine every day, and tired of jabbing myself with a needle every day, and also pricking my fingers 2 or 3 times a day.
Wow.
And so I remember one time I was in my doctor's office, and she asked me if I wanted to see a psychologist, and it was probably the first time I really thought about it. I say, I probably am depressed.
Yeah.
I say because, it was such a struggle. My energy level was real low, and every day was really just a struggle. My energy level was so low that, if my wife and I went out to the mall, I could stay out there about 45 minutes. I had to go home and take a nap. I was tired. So most of the time, my days were only 3 or 4 hours. And then I had to shut it down.
Wow.
Either take a nap but it was, I know I could only go out once a day.
And how did that affect your marriage?
Well, it put a lot of stress on it.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really discovered was that now that I'll be 62 next year, but being 50, early 50s at that time, I really discovered that men actually go through a lot of emotional
Yes,
changes
yes.
just growing and just getting into my 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found myself being just very sensitive, and I just really didn't understand why. And things would come up, and I would just be all over the place, and then when I would reflect on it, I was like, this ain't you. Why are you tripping? I remember one time in particular, and like I said, the sugar balance, like I said, sometimes it makes your hearing and your seeing really sensitive.
Yeah.
I remember one time I laying in bed with my wife. She says, "Good morning." I turned around and said, "Why are you screaming at me?" Got mad. Hissy fit mad because it just sounded so loud.
Wow.
And I thought that, I'm wondering why you wake up mad, but it wasn't. She was like, Greg,
Wow.
you're just sensitive.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I really began to, because I think sometimes, it's so easy to lash out at the other
Yes,
person and
yes,
blame them for
yes.
situations that we're going through.
Mhm.
But that really opened my eyes to really seeing that I wasn't who I really am.
And do you think that was a side effect of the medication?
Oh yeah, it was a side effect of the medication, side effect of the fatigue,
Yeah.
just the chronic
Yes,
fatigue you're
yes.
going through, just the emotional depression. Because I'm a man of faith, and every day I'm believing, okay, God, this is the last day, and tomorrow I'm gonna be better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that begins to wear on
yes,
you.
yes,
And
yes,
it,
yes.
it was wearing me down.
Right, because it was a imbalance. Even though you were taking the medication, you still weren't 100%. I mean, you were still going through changes, even though you were on the medication.
Yeah, I wasn't getting healthy.
No, no.
And all that medication was doing was masking
Yes.
my levels so that the meters could say you're doing better or you're
Exactly,
normal.
right.
But my body wasn't normal.
Right, right. You weren't healthy.
No, I was not.
No, you weren't. So what was it that other than the incident with you laying in bed with your wife, was there something else that really made you snap and say, you know what, I just can't do this anymore?
Yeah, I think it was. God began to put people in my life that began to bring me information, and such as yourself, people that had went through different things and struggles and had overcome them. And by me even connecting with you, I was able to begin to connect with other nutritionists
Yes.
that we had interviewed on
Yeah,
the show,
yeah.
and the information was just awesome.
Yeah, it was.
And it was just information that you didn't get from your doctor.
Exactly.
I remember one time Ebony said that diabetes, well, the metformin is actually a water pill.
Yeah,
So that explained why I'm always dehydrated.
right.
And when you're dehydrated, it's a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
And you hate water. You can't stand the taste of water, even though you're
Right.
dehydrated. And so once you're dehydrated, your emotions, everything is just so
Yes.
heightened.
Yes.
And so all that different information, and then the practical solutions that I was learning and gaining, really helped encourage me. There was another young lady, Linnell, that was a fitness trainer.
Yes.
And, I'm the kind of person that when I see people doing the things that I can't do, it motivates me.
Yes. Yes.
It inspires me.
Right.
And so I was just glad to, I would be on Facebook sometime and I would see Greta on there with her little fit self. And I'm like, what she want? What she want? What she got today?
I know.
Oh, Lord. I want this donut. And here she is, popped up on my Facebook. And, her daughter and Phaedra, just sensitive to fitness
Yes.
and the importance of it. And, your daughter, actually, she said something really profound. I don't even know if she realized it, but it really struck me because she talked about, wanting a mate that was fit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for the look of it.
No.
It was so that they could have a long life together.
Absolutely.
And as simple as that is,
Yeah.
it just really struck me that,
Yeah.
wow, that is, because you know what? When I was sick and when my days were short, guess what?
It was a
My
strain on your
wife's-
wife.
My wife's
yes.
days were short.
Absolutely. It affected her life.
Yeah. And so.
And
we
her
do-
quality of life was hindered because
Tied
of your
to
quality of
mine.
life was hindered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it was just a lot, so all of these things were things I began to consider and, again, just help motivate me
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
take the steps toward being more healthy.
Yeah. So what was your first step?
My first step was a little at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was one of the things that even before I was sick, that was one of the things that always got me off track was I would look at other people and then I would try to, they doing 100, I'm only doing 70. So, I'm like, well, shoot, they doing, especially women, you're in the gym and the woman in there pressing 200 on the leg press. I'm at 140. So, you get competitive.
Yes.
And
yes,
then,
yes.
you end up overdoing it and then you set
Right.
yourself back.
Yes. Yes.
So I began to realize that, success wasn't in what I had gained. Success was showing up and doing what I could. And following that. And
Yeah.
so I began to see more progress that way.
Yeah. So have you started going to the gym? What's your regimen like?
Yeah, actually, I go to a gym, and I go every day, and I don't necessarily lift every day,
Right.
but one of the most important exercises I found out was the abductor and adductor machines, which causes
Yes.
resistance when you on your inner thighs and your outer thighs and your
Yes.
legs, your groin area, all of that. And as I began to do that exercise, it actually tightened up my core. I have a couple of discs that are arthritic, but I found is as I kept those two exercises did so much for my core and strengthening my back and my
Yes.
hips and
Yes.
my legs, and that and those are muscles that you can do every day.
Yes. Yes.
So as I added that to my regimen, and then did my upper body and lower body workouts, I just found out my progress was just getting so much better, and I was making gains. Because I was always that hard-headed kind of person that like Phaedra say, I wanted the big guns but skinny legs. I wasn't worried about leg day.
Gotta work them legs,
Yeah,
though. You gotta
but
work
you do.
them
You
legs.
got to.
Yeah,
You have to have a
do.
balance.
You do. Yes,
You really have to have a
absolutely.
balanced workout.
Yes,
And
yes.
so, those were some of the things that, like I said, that I began to see real good, and then I began to see my blood sugar levels just
Yes.
leveled off.
Right.
And so, I'm waiting for the doctors to, finish taking me off the medication.
So did they start to like back down with the
Yes,
medication?
yeah, she's pulled back on the metformin now.
Good.
And like I said, I go back next week actually, so
okay.
it's another 3 months.
Right.
See what my A1C is then,
Okay.
and then I'm sure she'll pull back. But like I said, my energy level is great. I feel good. My eyesight is that was the other thing I knew, that when my blood sugar was
Yes.
up, because my vision would get blurry. That was always the first sign.
Right.
And so,
Well, I think the one thing that I want to stress is with people, especially people that are that's on medication, is that if you're feeling bad, the medication is not going to help you to feel better.
yeah, exactly.
It's not going to help you to become healthy. So, I try to encourage people to, even if you just get out and walk for 30 minutes a day, it will definitely make a difference. It's a starting point. I'm not saying you got to go get a membership and be like us, but we're at the gym every day. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, hey, listen, I remember when you used to open up your trunk, you have all these McDonald's wrappers in the car. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. You can't do, but the thing is that it took time for you to get to the point where that you had to realize yourself that I just can't live like this anymore.
Absolutely.
And I know there's a lot of people out there who are saying the same thing. I just cannot live like this anymore. But you are living testimony that if you make some changes in your diet, in your lifestyle in reference to exercising, that you can feel better.
Yeah, absolutely, you can. And I have to say also that, I am big on self-help, but I think one thing about like I said, being faith-based is that I had to really petition God for the grace to make these steps, because
Yes.
grace is the ability to make things easier.
Absolutely.
And so, I do strongly, recommend that, you also, trust in God, and like I said, it's a partnership. It's a part that we have to do, but
Absolutely.
but the Bible says that we live, by faith and by grace.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
those were important factors as well.
They are very important factors. As a matter of fact, that's what got me to where I am. That's the reason, that's how Mind, Body, and Soul was birthed, because it took a lot of faith. When the doctor told me that I could have a massive heart attack or stroke at any time, that scared me. And it's like, you know what? I'm not ready to die. I was only 55 years old. I didn't want to die. So I had to make some life changes. I didn't have a choice. Was it easy? No, it was not. But it was absolutely worth it, because I look back on it now, and not only did it change my life, but my daughter's life and my grandkids' life, and the people that I'm affecting even now, with helping them understand that, okay, so you have diabetes. It doesn't have to be a life sentence.
Right.
You don't have to continue to stick yourself with needles. I know that that's where you are right now, but because you have made such tremendous strides with your health, going from being able to only function for 45 minutes a day to now being, you probably go more than me. And I think that really says something about exercise and changing your habits and changing your mindset, that you don't have to just say, well, hey, I'm on medication, I'm on insulin, and this is my life.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that I would tell people is that, we grow up in a society that, we pursue success.
Mm-hmm.
And we measure success by, a lot of times things we accumulate. But I tell you, I really realize that your health is your wealth.
It is indeed.
That if you want to be wealthy, be healthy.
That's right.
All the other things can come and go, but your health, being able to get up and enjoy
Yes.
the beauty of every day is priceless.
It is.
And so, it might cause you to make other decisions, to sacrifice other things, but there are many rich people that would give all they had
Absolutely.
to be healthy.
They sure would.
And
Absolutely.
so I really encourage people to make health
a priority.
Your top priority.
I don't think we do that enough. I think, we get so busy with life and we just don't take the time. But if we don't take the time for our wellness, we'll be forced to take the time for an illness. I can guarantee
Absolutely.
you that.
Say that again.
If we don't take the time for our wellness, will we be forced to make time for an illness?
Amen.
Forced to. And you don't want to go there, because that is a struggle and a challenge, because you're dealing with the whole mental issue, and then you have to deal with the whole physical side of it. That's two battles right there that you're not even ready to even deal with. So before you get to that point, take time and prioritize your health. Make it a priority. Self-care is the best care. It is the best care. So, Greg, I want to ask you a couple other questions. Where are you within your journey right now?
Well, I'm like I said, I'm headed right where I want to be.
Okay.
My doctors are pleased with my progress. Like I said, and it's evident to me just by, the energy that I have every day. And, it's interesting how, when you eat the right things, your body craves the right things.
Yes, it does.
And so, it made me put, some of the little sweets and things that I do love.
Yeah.
But you eat a little candy bar and your head starts swimming.
You put that down real quick.
You realize it wasn't worth the,
Right.
The treat.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but it's so important because, like you said, before, our lives aren't our own.
No.
And, people that are connected to me, people that love me, people that depend on me, they want me at my full strength.
Absolutely.
So that I can be in their lives
That's
what I'm
right.
called to be.
That's right.
And so, that's the big picture.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes we look at the micro, but it's the macro as well.
It is. Absolutely. I agree with you. So you're feeling better. You're looking good. You got them guns going on over there. And you're working your legs too.
Yeah.
You're working your legs too, so that's awesome. Greg, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time to share your journey with others, because I know there's a lot of people that is in the position where you were. Now, I'm not saying that you've arrived. I'm not saying that that you've arrived where you want to be, but every day it's a process, and every day you're striving to get better and better and better. And every day that you hit the gym and every day that you watch what you eat, you are getting better and better every single day. But I thank you for your time and sharing your journey so that others can see that, they can accomplish the same goals.
Yeah. Let me say this too,
Please.
Greta. One thing that I would say is that you need an agitator in your life. You need people that would encourage you.
Yeah.
But you also need people that will agitate you to get up and do what you don't want to do.
Yes.
And those are most time we call coaches. They're the people that are in our faces that always want to stretch us beyond what we really want to.
Yes.
And so if you don't have the self-discipline, I really encourage you to find you a life coach, somebody like Greta.
Yes.
And they're
Because I'm going to be in your face every day, okay?
and somebody that will just bring you enough to bring you some support, but will
Yes.
bring you enough aggravation that you want to get up and make a change.
I want to be that thorn in your side.
Yeah.
Because that thorn in your side is going to, the grace is going to be sufficient enough. It will. If you just let me do that.
Yeah.
Because you know what, Greg? I mean, I watched you. I mean, really, I watched you. I watched you enough to see the change in your life and to see how much better you're doing. And I'm just so happy. I'm so happy to see that you decided that you had enough.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful that, you know, because hey, it could have went the other way. You know, you could have stayed
Very
where you
easily.
were.
Very easily.
You know, you didn't have to decide that, you know what, hey, the people that love me, the people that depend on me, they want me to be at my best.
Right.
And so when you're doing it for yourself and the people that's around you that love you, they want to see you succeed and be healthy, and you just want to feel good. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You just want to feel good. You don't want to be in no aches and pains and have to take medication every day. But listen, I really appreciate it. Do you have any closing words that you'd like to leave with somebody who may be where you were this time last year?
Well, I would just like to say that, again, having walked through basically a long-term sickness, you know, it just gives you a perspective that nobody else can. And understanding the journey, understanding the day by day of that kind of a trial, I just want to encourage you to keep going. If you can't just encourage yourself, find some other people that can encourage you as well, that can speak, you know, life into you, that will, you know, walk with you, that will partner with you. You know, I think that one of the things that God made us was He made us dependent on each other.
Yes.
And there are just some things that we need other people to help us through.
Yes.
And sometimes strength is just the humility of admitting that we need help. Sometimes real strength is just the humility of asking God to send somebody to help us.
Yeah.
And so I just want to really encourage everybody you don't have to be stuck where you are. There is help. If there is a God, there is help.
Yes.
And so I just want to encourage you to reach out and to seek out that help, and hope that you can make it down this journey of health and wealth.
Absolutely, because your health is your wealth. Thank you so much, Greg, for joining us. I really appreciate your time. This is Greta Ross with Mind, Body, Soul Shift. Your health matters. Remember that. Hey, I'm always on Facebook. You know, I'm going to always keep encouraging you guys. So, hey, stay tuned. We have more good testimonies that's going to be coming behind Greg. Greg, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Greta.
And we're out.
Bye.
Awesome. See, that wasn't bad now, was it? Thank you.